Hey guys, welcome to our 52nd live stream. And I have Growler with me as usual, as always, the steady old backbone. How you going, Growler?
Oh, getting there, mate. Getting there. How you going, sis?
Mate, I don't know how I'd be without you at the moment.
Uh,
We're here. We're here.
there
And
we
we're
are.
here to talk to the people. And we love you guys. Thank you, everybody that's here. Now, guys, I cannot actually talk in the chat, but I can watch the chat. So please be aware that I still did not find my tablet, which is very suspicious that we have a $1,200 tablet missing and nobody here would take it. So I just have no idea what's going on there. Nothing surprises me with wickedness that's going on in our realm. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight is how we deal with this. Is it our grace period? Are we in the period of grace where we can escape? And if so, those who can't escape, what do we do about that? And we just have a lot of questions that need answering, and I'm sure we all feel the same way. So I'm going to just say hello in the chat first. Can you see the chat, Grella?
Yes, I can, mate.
And all right, then
Yeah.
I'll let you do your thing because you're so good at it.
Oh,
But
okay.
just be
Wish.
reminded, guys, that anything he says, I completely agree with. So off we go.
Okay. Yeah. G'day, everybody. Hope everything's going well for you. Um, okay. Laurie says my husband says hi to Rhino Rider. Okay,
Righto,
Rhino
right,
driver.
driver.
It's all right. Yeah, say hi to your husband there, Laurie. Thank you very much. I'd like to welcome in Data Junkie. Good on you, mate. Great to have you in. And Trixie Andrews. No, we haven't found the tablet yet. Big hi to Trixie Andrews. You're doing an awesome job, mate. Just keep getting stronger and stronger. We're very proud of you. JD Leslie, good on you, mate. I hope everything's going well. And if you can just chuck in the chat what's happening military-wise over in the US, if you know anything, and that would be really good. Bubba News, welcome, Bubba.
Hey,
Keep doing what you're doing, mate. And no rain, no rainbows. Welcome in, and the awesome Fudge.
Fudge.
Hope
I'm
you
just
get.
looking at Fudge.
Yeah, just let us know what's going on. The more that we can get what's going on down there, and Victoria just takes the cake with everything. And that's what I'll be going through today. Spencer,
Okay.
good to have you in, Spencer. And,
Yeah.
of course, the lovely Anne Walsworth. Thank you, my dear. We love you very much and hope everything's going well for you. Deaf Bread, welcome, Deaf Bread. Lisa
Yes.
Persimmon, Trump 1, good to have you in. Sister Kathleen, good to
My
have you in,
good
mate.
friend Vincent
Yeah,
52. Welcome,
he's in.
Vincent.
G'day,
He's
big
been
boy.
here since the beginning. And listen, guys, please go show Vincent 52's channel some love, please. There's a lot of you that follow us. He does. He shows you the sky and what's going on in Chicago. So, if we all know what's going on in other places, it's really good to be abreast ahead. Yeah, continue, my friend.
And
Anne, thank you, Anne.
Yep. And Lily,
Anne.
Lily White, thank you very much for coming in. I saw you on a few comment sections, so just keep pumping it out. Just be careful. And Rayetta Lee, good to have you in there, sister. I hope everything's going well for you.
Hey, Fritz
Son and
Bar.
family. And Fritz Bar as well. Yeah, Fudgy's said son and family in Melbourne doing it so tough. Yeah, I know that Lygon Street has basically been stripped. Nothing's really operating there, and Chapel Street's been deserted, and everywhere else in between. And they will be, Melbourne will be in permanent lockdown. And that's what I'll be
Forever.
discussing today. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'll be discussing today. And I just wanted to bring some raw footage, boots on the ground, stuff you wouldn't see out of the main shit media. That's what I call them. So it gives you guys an idea of and a dose of reality and what it's like on the ground. So that's what I will go through. So
That's what
back to
you're
you,
talking
sis.
about. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I want to talk about is preparedness, because I know that in this country we are in a period of grace. right now that the Father in
Queensland.
heaven has given us. Yes, Queensland, sorry. Now, we have watched the dominoes fall in this state. We've watched them fall in front of our eyes, the other states around us fall. And the two most important states economically wise are crippled. They're absolutely crippled. Now, we are the last state to cripple. We are the tourism state. We are basically, we are the tourism capital basically of Australia. And what's happening is they are threatening us. They are saying a window of opportunity. This is your window of opportunity to get VC'd. Now, that is a threat. That is a direct threat as far as I'm concerned. And I know that the grace period is coming to a halt, okay? I am just being seriously honest because I don't think the Father's shown me this all this time and then he's screaming at me that time to go. Now, there's one thing I'm going to say to you, family. Father said, when you see the abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, run to the hills of Judea. Do not go down off your housetop. Do not take. Now, we're there. We, saints, we're there. I'm telling you. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because I'm a messenger. I see the sword coming. I warn. That was my job from the beginning of that first day he gave it to me, and I didn't even realize how hard this job was going to be and the turmoil and the grief that I've felt in the last 4 years. Now, what I need to say to you people is we're there. We're there, and we need to, if you haven't done any preparation, I know that most of our listening audience is in the States. I need to tell you guys something. This isn't so much a live stream as it is an actual proper warning. Okay, you guys, you're different. You're with us. You've been with us from the beginning. Please listen. Something else is coming for America that's different to the model that they're implementing in Australia. Okay, you guys are going. You know now. Super Dave 44 just did a video about the shelves in North Carolina being totally bare. Nelly, the freezer was totally bare. Now, you guys were all connected together. Super Dave 44 is our brother. Go to his channel. Have a look at that after the stream. Please don't leave now. Listen. The plan for America is completely different to what the plan is here. And I've seen the plan for America. Okay? They're going to starve you out. You people will turn the guns on yourselves, and that's what they want. Okay? And I hate being this messenger of doom and gloom, but I'm not. Because all here who have hit their knees know that we go into a new kingdom. This is the reset. This is Father's reset. For goodness sake, everybody's got to stop giving Lucifer so much credit. Okay, because at the end of the day, the Father still reigns. The dark winter, yes. Now, yes, maybe this is. I tell you what, 2022 is going to be like nothing any of us have seen. So if you have a way, if you're in the city, I'm saying a lot of you guys are out. You're out in the country. You guys blessed, been put there purposely. Now you guys that are in the city, get on your knees, get on your face, pray, because I did, and he provided a way for me. Okay? He provided a way. There is a way that I can leave here now. So nobody can tell me prayer doesn't work. Nobody. I will die just for that cause. Okay? You need to know now is the time to get what you need if you've got to get out and get out. Our grace period is finishing, I would say, in a couple of weeks. And then we will be locked down like Victoria and New South Wales. Basically, what they're saying is forever until we have 80%, then they'll go 90%, then they'll go, no, you've all got to be done. This is simple. It's mandatory. If you don't tell me this is not the MOTB, nobody can. There's no way you will ever sway me. When you see the desolation, when you see the abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, flee. Okay. I've been talking to a couple of good friends this morning, and they know my frustration. And one of them is in the USA. I know it's time to leave my abode of 12 years, and I am at total peace with that. Nobody realizes I've got the peace that passes all understanding about this, that can only come from one place, because Lucifer reigns with confusion. Okay? That is his model. That is his trump card. Trump card. Okay? He rules with confusion. If anything is too confusing and you can't work it out, scrap it. Pray again, because it's not from Father. I can tell you that now. This is how I know. I've got the peace that passes all understanding. You guys need to do the same as what we've done. Give it all. Get rid of your jewelry. Number one. Get rid of your jewelry, guys. I don't know why that just came to me, but I did a long time ago. Get rid of any jewelry you wear. I even mean wedding rings, wedding bands. Get rid of them. You know you're married. You don't need a ring to tell you that. Get rid of it. It's from the fallen. And a lot of the energies they're sending out, I'm not being super weird, but the energies that they're sending out through this 5, 6, 7G, okay, which is just the delivery system for what's going into people, as we know, that interacts with jewelry. Get rid of it. It's like an antenna in a way. So, Growler, I'm going to pass it over to you, because I don't want to flood these people with too much of this, but I am telling you the time is here. We are there at the pinnacle. It's either uphill or downhill from now. And that's where the personal, individual decision needs to be made. You go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So what I wanted to get through today, before I play anything, there's, how would I put it? There's strategy upon strategy, level upon level, all this sort of stuff. Now, how they're going to deal with
Can
things.
I interject?
Yeah.
Sorry, I do not mean to be a problem, but I've just seen a few comments here, because I was not looking at the comments while I was speaking. I just can't concentrate like that if I do. Now, Lisa Parissimon says, flee to where? Sweetheart, that is what you need to pray about. That is what I had nowhere to go. I've been here 12 years. I had nowhere to go. Father provided somewhere because I prayed. I don't know how. I can't answer you the question. What did I do to do that, to get that? Nothing. I asked, because I have 10 people, 9 people under my care, under my roof. I'm the matriarch of the house, so I do feel like they're under my care. Now, go to where, flee to where? I don't know. He'll tell you if you ask, and that is the answer to that. Thank you, Growler.
No worries. Thanks, sis. Yeah. Before, like I said, before I play anything, I wanted to just give you a brief rundown. If you have a look how they putting things into place, and how they're testing things, and how they're doing things, and etc., etc. Now, when this all started, they dispersed everyone out of the cities to work at home. So that puts everyone online. So they're in their homes and they're working from home. So that's one of the strategies that they can sort of like monitor. Now, the second one is, if you have a look at commercial real estate around the world, you have a look at normal real estate, and then you've got commercial real estate. So you've got real estate going up tenfold in every country. Prices are going through the roof. Commercial real estate is basically down 70%. Now, commercial real estate will bring down normal real estate at some point. At some point, I'm not saying I don't do date setting or any of that sort of crap. So what I'm trying to say is they're getting everyone out of the cities. All the workers are all working from home, all that sort of thing. So there's in a lot of cities. I'm just saying here in Australia. So there's a lot of let's say 60 between 60 and 90% of cities in Australia. Let's say all your workplaces, all your hotels, and all this sort of thing, they're basically empty. And I'm thinking, well, obviously, they're going to use that for something. Okay, so and when I actually play this, you'll actually see what's happening now. I won't play it yet. I'll just quickly go through a few things now. I'm sure you've all heard of people that, if they have to go get tested, then they've got to go to quarantine and all this sort of stuff. And they've been using hotels and all that sort of thing. So let's say we have a look at the population of Australia. It's 26 million, and they want to get to 80%. So that leaves 20%. So 20% of 26 million, let's say 2 million. I don't know. Could be less, could be more. So what are they going to do with those 2 million, and how are they going to control them and all that sort of thing? So that sort of like tells me, well, if you've got empty cities and you've got all these hotels, you've got all these, how would I put it? You've got all these work buildings that are all empty. Wouldn't that be a great place? Well, this is what they're thinking, a great place to put these people.
That's right. So therefore, that's right.
So therefore they're controlled, because you've got a lift, you got lifts, you got stairs, and all that sort of stuff. So it's very, very secure. So if they're saying it's a pandemic of the un-orange juice people, right? Yeah, so all they've got to do is put police, security forces, military, that sort of thing in the lobbies of all these places, and they're totally shut in. They cannot move. They cannot move. So all cities. So. They can round people up and just put them all in these big skyscrapers, all in offices. They can put them in. They can put them in hotels, and you see how they have hotel quarantine. So they're actually testing the system now. This is what they're doing. So there's now with the quarantine here, you have to quarantine for 14 days. 14 days, and you're not allowed to open the window. You're not allowed out of your hotel room, anything like that. Now, think of the people that have mental health conditions. Now, if you lock these people up for 14 days, you lock these people up for 14 days. They cannot get out of their rooms. They can't even open the door for fresh air. I mean, in prison, you're even allowed to go out and exercise and that sort of thing. This is
mate, prison's a joke compared to what's going to be. I tell you, it's a joke.
Yep.
Prison was a holiday camp, right?
Yep.
3 square meals a day and all the sex you want. I'm sorry, but that's what they always said prison was here. But I tell you what, these FEMA camps, this is another step in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So I think they're going to use the cities and hotels and your big office buildings and that as holding points, because therefore they can control them 100%. No one can come in, no one can come out, because they're guarded down the bottom in the foyers or lobbies, whatever you want to call them. So therefore, no one can move out. So they've got different strategies. I've just been thinking of different strategies. Are they going to use this? I don't know, but I'm just trying to think for myself and be a bit aware. Because you can't put anything past these Luciferian things. So they could use these places. They could use these places as holding points. They could just lock them in there and just forget about them. I don't know. I mean, that'd be a strategy that they would probably use too. And then they can actually use these, and take whoever they want out of those buildings, bust them, train them, fly them where their end destination will be. So I just want to show you something, and this is raw footage. And I came across this 2-3 days ago, and I would really hate to see how many times this happens. And their end goal is to basically terrorize people, to utterly make them lose it and that sort of thing. There's a bit of swearing involved, but I find all people need to listen to this, and people need to know what the real situation is all about. So, Ness, if you can just play that first video, that would be great, mate.
We're going to play one after this too, Growler, that I picked out,
Cool.
and
Yep,
it was from
cool.
Bubba. From Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba News
Okay.
actually put it on, and it's so sad, but it is the face of what we're facing.
Okay.
And here we go. Look at that beautiful waterfall. Okay.
Just go back for the time being. The cops can do their fucking job. This will be a fucking issue. Start him around the correct fucking time. Fucking paper. Go back to your room. See what I fucking mean? Get the fuck back in your room, you cunt. Don't fucking late. I can't get back in the fucking room. Fuck. Well, take me somewhere where the fucking walls won't cave in.
So he's saying he wants to go somewhere where the walls won't cave in. Poor guy.
Over a fucking fortnight I've been here. I'm not fucking staying here any fucking longer. Why with the fucking door? There's no fucking done.
So it sounds like they want this guy to stay here longer, which is concerning for me because he's stayed here for 14 days.
Mate, you gotta calm down. Mate, you gotta take me somewhere fucking else. Calm down or you're gonna get fucking gas. Fucking do it then. Alright, get back. It's not gonna fucking change the fact that I'm fucking pissed off. Stay there. I don't even have a fucking crossword to fucking fill in.
He's saying he doesn't even have a crossword to...
Yes! Except there's no fucking embarrassed. If you weren't fucking listening, it's fucking locked.
I feel for these guys. This is shit. This is hotel quarantine.
12 fucking clock, midnight. What the fuck is the point of that? I live 3 hours away. Stay there.
So he's supposed to be at 12 o'clock midnight.
Yeah.
Gotta go back in your room. We need you back in your room.
For how fucking long? I'm not fucking staying here tonight.
Stay back.
It's in my fucking room. It's fucking
Move your bag. Move your bag.
move me to a different fucking place.
Close the door. Don't fucking come out again.
Do you know what? I reckon he's been here 2 weeks. This is out of control. This is police quarantine. This is shit. This is totally shit. Poor guy. Fucking hell. People go crazy in hotel quarantine. I relate to it big time. Fuck. You obviously know there's a guy going off his head. Listen, why is he going off his head? Is it because he's supposed to be let out and you guys haven't let him out? Can someone call me? Can a doctor call me? Because I find this really disturbing. Hi, there's a guy going off his head. You obviously know that. There's a guy going off his head upstairs. He's punching walls. Yep. Can I ask why is he doing that? Is he supposed to be released from police quarantine? Yeah, but... Jeez, okay, bye. Fuck. I think he's my next door neighbour. I don't think he's having a good day. But I heard him say, I'll say it again, that he was supposed to be released. And this is what I get worried about. I'm supposed to be released at 11:59 on Tuesday night. And he's still here. And I reckon I'm scared that after spending 14 days here, 338 hours in one room with no air, and then they tell you can't leave, I reckon I would go off as well. People can't understand the insanity of hotel police quarantine when you can't get any fucking air in here at all. It's madness. It's absolute madness. And you have, what do you have, 7 tests in here? Like he's negative COVID. I feel for this guy. He's surrounded by police.
Yeah, okay. So you can actually see what they're trying to. It's a psychological operation as well. It wouldn't surprise me if you do, have a look at these hotels. A lot of them are owned by CHINA. If I don't want to say that word.
CCP. CCP.
That's right. So a lot of these hotels are owned by them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they put cameras in the room and monitor them 24 hours a day to see what sort of psychological operations or psychological effects that it's having on people.
Absolutely.
Now,
absolutely.
And this was done in Melbourne. I'm sure this sort of thing had happened all over the world. I mean, as he said, you don't even get a breath of fresh air in 14 days, and you're in a room. How long can you watch Netflix? I don't watch TV anyway.
No.
So I just keep researching 24 hours a day. That's just what I'd do. But
I'm reading the Bible. I'm reading the Bible. That's what I'd be doing.
Yep. So all I'm saying, this is in Melbourne. It's happening everywhere else as well. Now Melbourne has taken the cake for lockdown madness around the world. As I've said, they're one of the chief UN strong cities. And the next thing I want to bring up. Melbourne's been in lockdown since July, so they're in lockdown basically in July for the last 200 days. They're going to be in lockdown forever now, and I've got proof of that. I did this on a live stream a while ago, but I'll bring it back up. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard from our dear leader Dan when he said once they reach these targets that they want people orange juiced for, they're going to start target lockdowns, like suburbs and streets and houses and that sort of thing. So because once they get to 80%, they'll probably say 90%, who knows, but it's around about there. So what they're going to do, they say that they're going to reach it by November, which they won't. It's going to be a lot longer than that, so they're going to keep it locked down for that. And so it's much easier for them to control. They say, well, it's much easier, with 80% done. Now we only have to worry about the 20%. It's a lot more. It's easier logistical wise to. That's right. So and this was done a few months ago. So, and they've been saying it's a pandemic of the unjuiced now, and they've been saying it in America and other places. And we all know what they're going to, what they're basically saying. So I just wanted to read a few quick things here. So they've been locked down for the last 18 months. They basically haven't had any freedoms. They haven't had any freedoms. Then they went back into lockdown again, and that was in July, and they're going to the end of October. And but it's going to go into December, I can assure you of that, because it says here Andrews Gov secretly negotiating permanent pandemic laws to replace state of emergency. So there's two things here. So once permanent pandemic laws, and which is still state of emergency because they're still juicing people, and you can only do that under EUA emergency use authorization. That's
right.
that's all that's been done. So that's why you have these emergency powers going, because
That's right.
they don't get. The government can't get into trouble if something goes wrong because they're under a state of emergency. So what's going to happen is once he brings this in, so he's going to go into lockdown, and then basically it's still locked down from here. They're permanent emergency powers, so they're never coming out. They're never coming out. I'm not sure what's going to happen to New South. I don't know. Will they do the same thing in New South? Probably, but I haven't seen anything yet to support that. But we know that they're just going to lock everything down here. They're not going to let anyone out. We've got Victoria, ACT, and we've got New South Wales in this basically permanent lockdown until 80% are done. So I'm just going to read through here a little bit so you get some sort of gist of what's going on. Andrew's government is secretly negotiating with only three crossbenchers. That's amazing. They should have a majority in Parliament to push this, but he's only picked three people. So there's not much democracy in that one. So with three crossbenchers to introduce specific pandemic laws that would permanently replace controversial state of emergency powers and significantly change the way the state manages COVID-19 this year. Now, the National Cabinet have come out and said once they get 80% done, they're going to start targeting. So this is the actual plan of, so it's basically targeting the un-orange juice. That's what it is.
Yes.
I mean, they've said it 1,000 times anyway if you go through the news. So demands made by powerful crossbenchers in return for their support include a requirement that police record the racial appearance of people they stop or fine for breaking health directions, and that the government is forced to be more transparent with information and trigger points behind interventions such as lockdowns. Disadvantaged Victorians would also be exempted or pay reduced fines if found contravening restrictions. We just scroll up there. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Okay. So the government will be emboldened by the impending return to work of Danielle, who on Saturday night released a photo showing himself receiving saline at the Alfred Hospital on Wednesday, exactly 3 months after he fractured his brain.
His fake vaccine.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't need it. They've already got the bloodline, guys. This is why these people don't need the VC. They're on the bloodline. Keep going.
So Mr. Andrews, that's cool. In a Facebook post on Saturday night, and the Premier said, "My vertebrae is almost fully healed." Now that was just a cover because he was taking so much heat. People say, "Oh yeah, he cracked onto Lindsay Fox's daughter," and that's. I don't believe that. I really don't. There was too much heat on him. They took him away. They put James Merlino in, who was living in an area down in Melbourne where I was living in, and he's a lovely Catholic as well. You can see they only put Catholics in charge here, and we know who runs the world, as we've gone through so many times on this stream. So if we can just scroll up a little bit more, mate, that'd be good. Thanks. That's it. State of emergency laws have been active in Victoria since last March, and as a legal instrument that allows authorities to enforce a range of public health commands, including lockdowns, mandatory mask wearing, and 14-day quarantine. So we'll just keep going. Yeah. Okay, so human rights lawyers and opposition MPs say the sweeping powers, which are usually reserved short-term for disasters such as fires, floods, do not include enough safeguards to enforce proper government accountability and transparency. So there you go there. So what they're doing is they're going to go from a permanent lockdown into a permanent how would I put it, more set rules, targeted laws, that sort of thing. So once they get their 80%, that's what they're going to do. So I'll just read a little bit more here. Sorry about that. The age
Yeah,
can
so
reveal
other
the
words, we're
government.
stuffed. So
Yeah,
other words, we're
yeah,
stuffed. Yeah.
yeah. So
Loving it. Loving it.
yeah,
Loving it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for Victoria. I'm not sure if that's going to be applied here in
Dude,
Queensland
that's
or New
going to
South.
be, dude, what have I been
Yeah, I
telling
know.
you since the
Yeah, I
beginning of
know.
the year? It's going national.
Yeah,
Believe
I
me,
know that.
people, this
I
is
know.
going national. I've been told.
I
I
know.
know.
Yeah. The age can reveal the government is designing the new laws to cover all future pandemics. Now, I'll say that again. The age can reveal the government is designing the new laws to cover all future pandemics. So it looks like we've got a lot more coming, and there's a lot more
Strawberry
lockdowns coming.
skies forever. Yep.
And that's just the way it is. Not just for the CV pandemic, but for future ones that come up. So that's when people start dropping from this stuff. It is intended that they will be in place by December when the current state of emergency provisions expire, and a first draft is expected within the next 2 months. Now, that was done in June. It should be out now, but they've sort of like leaked it out that they're going into that, because if you have a look at National Cabinet, once they get their 80%, that's when they start really targeting and hammering down. And I said to you this morning, sister, that caught me unawares, that there was an amendment to the Biosecurity Act, which was done on the 27th of April.
April, that
And
we missed.
Yes,
Now,
yes, we
can you
did.
please
Yep.
explain that to the people? Because this is not good for us.
No, it's not. So, look, that was passed on the 27th of April. I can bring that up in another next live stream or something, because it's quite big, and there's other sections you've got a lot interlock, so it's a bit crazy. So that happened the 27th of April, so you had May, June. Now, as soon as those came in, New South Wales, as soon as ScoMo came back from G7, when he had his horoscope read to him by the boys over in the meetings over there.
Absolutely.
That's when New South Wales went into lockdown in June. So the amendment to the Biosecurity Act was passed on the 27th of April. So if you have a look at all the fines and that sort of thing, $5,000 if you go to another LGA, local government area. If you're caught out, you get $1,000 fine here, you get a $5,000 fine here. So all that goes into the new amendment for the Biosecurity Act, and this is going to go national, because the Biosecurity Act is a federal act that was passed through. That was the brainchild of someone at the UN in 2015. So you can see that it was all planned before. As I'm preaching to the choir. But
yeah, can I just say something? Sorry,
yeah,
Grace, you've been programmed. Grace, we are in the tribulation. Grace, we're in the tribulation. There's no pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib. It will happen when he wants, but this is, the word tribulation means great distress, great problems, great trouble. Okay, so don't go on what you've been taught by the Pentecostal liars. Thank you, Growler.
Yeah, that's right. So all I wanted to say is, I mean, as you see on the MSN, you know, what they're doing. I mean, they tell you of their plans. If you watch their presses, you know, they're not hiding anything in one way. They really aren't. But what you want to see, what's going on, boots on the ground, you know, this sort of like raw footage. I mean, I'd hate to see how many times, I mean, I'd hate to see how many times this has happened. I mean, quarantine's been going for ages and ages, and as I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they start putting all these people into cities. You know,
now hang on. Bubba's saying they only have. Bubba's saying they only have the capacity supposedly for 100,000 or so in Australia. He's saying to be locked up. I believe to be arrested before it overwhelms the system. No, Bubba, no. No, Bubba, you've heard wrong. No, we're here. We know what they've been doing in the outback. We know what they've got planned. We've seen the aerial shots of places in Adelaide, out from Adelaide, out from Cooper Pedy and stuff, where they've got, okay. But Bubba, believe me, It's happening, and they do have
Mm.
the capacity to hold us. They only need, if they're going 20%, guys, if they're going 20% of 20, let's say 27 million, you've only got 2.7 million. That's nothing to them. Okay. And then they won't have that because a lot of them will die trying. Okay. So you can half that, even like people like me that die trying. You half that. So we're in a bit of a, we're in tribulation. There is no tribulation coming. Come on, guys. Come on. Have you ever seen anything like this in your lifetime? You know there was a great reset before, right? Listen, it's happening again. But the last great reset, you just need to look into that and do some research, because it is not what is it. It's not what it appeared to be. Okay, so I'm not going to go on about that. I don't want to go into that. But however, please don't tell me we're not in tribulation. Anybody, you pre-tribbers, I know that you were taught in that church, in the Pentecostal movement, that you'll be zoomed out. Very comforting, wasn't it? Very comforting to think that you're going to be zoomed out and have no stress, no problems. No, listen, my father made me for this day. He knew that we would go through. I know that we'll go through tribulation. I'm ready to live on a dirt floor if I have to, as long as I've got food and a blanket on me on the dirt floor, I'll do that. But come on, guys, we're in tribulation. Stop this pre-trib stuff, please. I cannot, I just can't do it anymore, because I'm a watchwoman and people aren't seeing it. I need to say, stop this pre-trib stuff. I love you all. I only do this because I warn. I never discipline. I'm not chastising you guys. I am not. I am saying where we are. Thank you, Growler. Sorry.
That's all right. And so I just want to, I just wanted to let you guys know, you know, that I can tell you right now that nowhere in the world takes the cake like Australia's, and it's just getting worse. There's a few things I want to say up here in Queensland. Queensland government is sending out texts to every single person with a mobile phone in Queensland to get the juice. That's happening this week sometime. So there's going to be a text by the government to every single person who owns a mobile phone to get the juice. Now, there was one thing I wanted to ask maybe Bubba or anyone in America, and we were talking about it this morning, sis. We heard that September 6th was the the end of the rent. The end of
where they
paying
don't
rent.
have to pay anymore.
That's right. That's right. So, and I did hear that there's going to be 3 out of 4 people in America that's going to lose their government benefits.
Right. Is this true, guys?
We don't know. I did hear about it, but you know,
I'll
I
never
just
say something's true until we know from the horse's mouth. And that's why you know that we bring you guys the best we can. We don't surmise, but I will tell you what the Holy Spirit says. And if this is true, what Growler's saying, that you're going to lose government what was it? Sorry, 2 out of 3 lose government benefit in the United States from today. Okay, 3 out of 4.
Yep. So
3 out of 4.
3 out of they're going to lose government benefits. So I
don't. Isn't that funny? That's like a third, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hang on. Unemployment ended with 3 out of 4.
Grease Monkey videos. Grease Monkey videos just dropped that is my friend Brian. Grease Monkey videos just dropped a video. It keeps moving of the Australian camps. It's insane. Oh, mate, we got onto, listen, Trump one, we got onto a video that an old guy, it was like 12 years ago, just down the road from us here on the Gold Coast, went down and exposed a FEMA camp right on the train line. He disappeared. We don't hear from this guy anymore. We don't know. He was an older guy. Now, not that old that he would have just died and dropped off. So, yes, absolutely.
Oh, so it is true. Yeah. Hi, Rebecca Martinez. Hope you're doing well, Dom. Unemployment benefits, Rebecca said, ended September 4th, I do believe. Data Junkie said the unemployment benefit ended. No other benefits. Well,
Oh, wow.
It's not
See,
gonna
that's the
turn out
next
well.
thing to happen to here, guys. What they'll do here, because we have an unemployment benefit that you basically do nothing for. Answer 3 questions every 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, you go in every, month maybe to the actual, what we'll call it, a shop, well, the place.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, all we do is answer a few questions and we get $629 in the bank every fortnight. And I knew this was wrong. I knew this was too good to be true, you see. But if people would have used their money wisely, like we did, got ready with it, because guess what? Here will be the first test case. You have to have your certificate of VC to access your unemployment benefit. We know it's coming. Growler and I know it's here. It's a done deal. So you guys, you got to be
just
careful,
here.
guys. But Beck,
Forgiven and
what is happening there is not happening everywhere. No,
yeah.
what? Grace. But Beck, what is happening there is not happening here everywhere or everywhere. Not the Trib. Grace, I'm not sure. You haven't been on you might have been sitting in the past. Grace, oh dear, give me the words, dear Father.
No.
It's past the tribulation, my dear. It's not even in the tribulation. We're not past it, but we're in it, darling. Listen, because you're not here and you're not experiencing this, I understand that. But it has become mandatory for our men who work in construction to have it or not go back to work. Now, you want to tell those families of that man that this is not mandatory? When he comes home and says, sweetheart, I am not having it. I stand with the Lord. I am not having it, sweetheart. She's freaking out, screaming, well, where are we going to get our money? He's saying, trust. They're screaming. Listen, we are in a bad time. We in this country, Grace, are in a very bad time. And we prepared ourselves here. We're running. We were watchmen from the start. All I can say to people is, you think it's not the tribulation, your head's in the clouds, number one. And if you think you can get through this on your own, bye-bye. You're one of the world. Because he said, come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people, which meant give away your movies, your TV, your radio, all your predictive programming. That's what he's telling you to give away. Give away your idols that you idolized and listen to me. Okay, the only ones he can reach, Grace, is those who really want to hear from him. And we are in the tribulation, my sweetheart. And I love you very much. I am not disciplining you. I am discipling you, which is so different. But I've had a hard day, and if I sound a bit rough, I am sorry. But it was already hard before I got on air, okay? Continue, Growler.
Yeah, so they did say the only thing that they did stop was the extra CV bonus, same thing that was happening in Australia. So they haven't been cut off in benefits yet. They've just had that extra CV supplement cut off. So I think it's $300 they were saying. So they're still getting benefits in Australia by reading the comments here. So at least they're still getting something, but we all know it's going to go to shit anyway. They're just going to say, well, if you don't take the juice, it's just bad luck. And just Grace, Grace, quickly, if you have a look how people are getting juiced up and that sort of thing. If that's changing your God-given DNA, you are unredeemable. That's all I can say.
Thank you, No Rain, No Rainbows. Thank you, No Rain, No Rainbows for that comment. If you please keep going. Please, sorry, Growler. Sorry, keep going.
No, that's fine. So, Grace, please understand, pharmakeia is sorcery and taught by the fallen angels to men anyway. And Big Pharma are the great merchants of the earth, as you read in Revelations, and they deceived everyone through their sorceries. Now, if you've got GO, I think you guys know what I mean. GO, you have luciferase, you got all that sort of stuff, and you're putting that in your body.
Yes,
I mean,
Joseph.
Come on, and yeah, that's changing your DNA. I mean, you can go onto YouTube, even have a look at CRISPR-Cas9, which I forgot the first name of the woman, but her last name is Doudna, and Doudna, she's one of the biggest people in charge of CRISPR tech,
Yes,
which
yes,
is
yes,
which is the same thing in which is mRNA. So
yes.
now Doudna, I'll get her name. I'll get her first name. I forgot her name. Christine
Okay.
Doudna or something. Her
You're
last.
reminding me of Dmitry Duduman. When just saying that, you're reminding me of the prophecies of Dmitry Duduman. Yeah.
Well, her last name is spelled D-O-U. Now listen to these next three. DNA.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. And who is
her
she?
last. She's if you can go onto YouTube and go to CRISPR-Cas9 with
Oh, yes, yes.
Her last name is Doudna, and the last three letters of her last name is DNA.
Okay. Grace,
So-
we are not days away from the tribulation, my sweetheart. We are living it. I'm so sorry, but I can't see how you can think that the world can be smashed 2 times.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Well, they can't pull this stunt again.
No, they can't do this again.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
that's all that I've got to say about that because we love you, darling. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, we love you, Grace. Don't worry. No, that's fine.
No,
We're not
there's
picking
no
on you.
problem. We just want you to
we're
see what's really happening here because you've been led here for a reason. And I tell you what, this is, if you were living here, I think you might think a bit differently. That's all. How about that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, that's
Okay.
fine. Grace has said we're days away from tribulation. Okay, how many days?
That's no. That's why I replied, my darling. Listen, please, people in the chat, can you please just help Grace out here? Okay, please. We don't have any more time. We know that we're being told that we need to do something now. So back to the story.
Yeah. So just basically what's happening here in Australia as well. I think that what happened in Europe with the passports. What happened in Europe with the passports, what's happened in America, and that sort of thing. They sort of like weren't fully enforced, and I think in Australia, because we're a prison island, I just really think, if everyone can see what's happening in Australia, and we're probably being treated the worst so far out of any other country with what's happening. And there's just another quick thing I want to say as well before I get back to that is. People think we are under a martial law, but it's a very soft martial law at the moment. At the moment, yes, there's army on the ground and that sort of thing, but they're behind the police. Now, if you have a look at real martial law, and I mean real martial law, the army would be armed left, right, and centre, and they would be directing police. That is real martial law. So they're sort of like getting.
Bella, I've had a guest come into my chat who I haven't seen in my chat. Carolina Hillbilly 1961.
Right.
Howdy, my friend. Howdy, mate. Listen, anybody, please show Carolina Hillbilly 1961 some love. He's my friend in North Carolina, I hope. I was right there. I can't stand this Strawberry Fields. I don't know what you think we don't get. We get what's going on. We're here getting this first, so I'm sorry. But Carolina Hillbilly, hello, my friend. Hello, welcome. Join in the chat and enjoy. Thank you, Growler. Sorry.
It's all right, no worries. So, so you've got to be. It's the real martial law will happen when they get 80% done or 90%, that sort of thing. That's when they can start doing targeted this, targeted that, targeted this. So, so I just wanted to let you guys know that there's no army with guns on the street. They're actually behind the police, which actually they're back up, and yes, they're enforcing and all that, but they're not armed at the moment. So the police are in the front line. They're the ones that are armed. Now, real martial law is basically where you don't even have police, you just have army and defence force and that sort of thing on the streets, armed, directing the police. So the police would actually be under the Australian Defence Forces or any other defence force around the world. That's real martial law. So I just wanted to put you guys at ease there. At the just for the time being, because they're just softening people up, getting people used to the idea of seeing defence forces on the streets. But it will go south probably, I don't know, within 6 months. I don't know. I'm not going to put a time frame on it. I don't like doing that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that we are under medical martial law. We are under a medical martial law, and we're in a soft form of martial law at the moment. But that's going to get a lot more hairy and hair-raising, that's for sure. So, as I've said before, Melbourne will not get out of lockdown. They're going to go into permanent pandemic laws, and it's going to be very, very targeted against the unjuiced people. I did hear that Sydney might be getting out of it in November, December, but I don't think so. I think they wanted to ruin everyone's Christmas, because if you have a look at the juice numbers and that sort of thing, I think they're actually saying it's more than when it's not, because they're trying to convince people, oh well, look, all these people are having it, oh everyone's getting it, and that sort of thing. So the higher the higher figures they put there, people just go, oh well, everyone else is getting it, I'll get it. So I don't believe their numbers as well. So I think they're probably about 10 or 15% below that, or even more, but don't quote me on that. That's what I'm getting. And Queensland now is the lowest juiced state in Australia. These people are running scared, and they're starting to say, because people are starting to catch on. So Queensland is the lowest juiced state, and it'll be our turn. It'll be our turn very soon as well, because these people, I wouldn't call them people, these demonic Nephilim vomit things, whatever you want to call them, that's actually being nice. They've got targets to meet. And they've got a time frame to meet those targets. So I mean, like I said, we're a prison. We're a prison here. We are unarmed, that sort of thing. So hence why they're going so hard on Australia.
Yes.
So and it's only a matter of time before we get done here in Queensland, and that's just the way it's going to go. There's not much we can really do about it, and give you guys. We don't want to go on about the pandemic too much and talk about it too much, because it's just really we could get struck or that sort of thing, and then we won't be able to talk to you guys again. So we didn't want to do anything like that, but we just wanted to try and bring a few facts and all that sort of things to you, so you guys can actually know what's going on. So I'll try and do more updates. Sorry guys that we haven't really done too many updates, but I mean, you guys probably get what we get, and we get what you guys get. So everything's controlled anyway. So you guys know what's going on just as much as us. But yes, we're here. We can see it. So it's going to be very interesting when they lock us down here pretty soon. Maybe we can, video a few things, or I don't know. So that's all we can do. I just quickly want to.
Can you tell Missy I had a video to play to it?
Yeah. And Miss, your mum's got a video to play as well, so that'd be good. I just wanted to say hi to Chris first. Chrissy Levens, I love you, brother. Love you heaps, mate. Hope you're going well. And Joseph Sage, thanks, mate. And Dedra Higgins, thank you so much for coming in. Yaz Child, great to have you in, sister. Hope you're doing really well. Hope you do. Strawberry Skies, thanks for coming in. Real Bible, Real Life, and Kathleen Miller, good to see you in, mate. Hope you're going really well. Paul Levi, our precious brother over in America. We love you so much, mate. And we hope everything's going well. You mean a lot to us, mate. And thanks for all your encouragement and everything you've done for us. Dwayne Glower, thanks, Dwayne. You're a soldier, brother. And just keep that up. Shane Barber, you're a legend, mate. I hope everything's going well for you. You know, we think of you all the time. And real Bible, real life as well. And Grace, we love you, Grace. So don't worry about that. You know, we love you very much. And you just keep doing what you're doing, sister. And Chris John as well. Thanks, Chris. Good to see you in. And Ann C, Bill Stegman. Anyone else that I have not said? Elizabeth Borison, thank you for coming in.
I'm not finished yet, Tom.
Western Warrior, yeah, I know. And we're going to have Beck coming back into the house.
I'm on fire.
She's on fire, so I'm going to get out of the way, actually, because when Beck's on fire, she's on fire, man. So, yeah, I just wanted to thank all you guys for listening to my dribble, and I hope that we can help present a few things that, you know, that you guys don't get over there. And I think it's important that we all edify each other, and everyone's got their job to do that was given to by Yeshua. Your job description was given to you by Yeshua, and you will execute that with precision. That's what I expect from you guys, and not to falter and to stand at all times.
Can you ask the Rainbows what she meant by her comment? News on RS.
Any news on RS, Beck? Well, what do you mean by RS? We don't know there, no rain. If you can just let us know what you mean by RS, that would be really, really good. And forgiven and blessed, good to have you in. Good to have you in. Sorry, I missed you there. Okay. Okay. Come on, guys. No fighting. Come on. We love you guys. Come on. Just keep it. Just
Strawberry Skies Forever is having a bad day.
right. Okay. Come on, guys. Just we're all a family here. Come on, we're all a family, and we're not always going to agree, but we don't want anything like that, because the more of us that stick together, we're all a family. Yes, we have different opinions and that sort of thing, but we're all on the same page, and I don't want any fighting, you know,
Actually,
within the brethren.
this started off as my channel, and I love everybody that gives an opinion. I love you all, but I don't want you to bicker. And I didn't mean any of that before when I was talking to Grace, and you all know that. You all know where I'm coming from. I'm coming from a point of view that now is actually, oh boy, I'm trying to tell my family, and Chris knows what I mean. It's desperate. We're at the point where we need to make decisions and make them now. That's for us in this country. But guys, for you guys, I see food shortages for you guys way more than us. Our stores are full. They're full. There's no food shortages here, okay? Now, they're going to attack you guys in a different way. And Veronica, that's beautiful. Thank you, my sweetheart. Good on you. I'm sorry, Strawberry. I love you. See, we all have to work together in love, because they are doing this to us, and they're trying to divide us. And if they can divide us, they conquer. We cannot let them do that. We cannot. We need to stand. At the end, what does the Bible say? It says, when you have done all, stand. Remember that, guys. I'm always here to give you encouragement. And when you have done all, stand. Crowler, do you want to interject on that one? I think I lost me bro. Oh, he must have gone for a toilet break. Well, he's been going good, so I'm happy about that. But guys, listen. We're at a turning point, and I'm not going to hold back. Okay? I started this channel as a tiny little channel, and walking around with my dogs and telling you guys what I thought was happening that actually manifested in the end. And I'm no prophet. I'm just a messenger. I never want any credit for this, and that's why we've never monetized. We will not make money out of this. I would die before I made money out of this, because preaching the gospel is take your sandals and your clothes and off you go. And it is. Okay? Now, people are going through different stages of this, and we all have to understand in the chat that we're all at different stages of acceptance. This is a very hard thing to accept, guys. We really need encouragement for each other, because accepting what is actually reality here is a horror movie, and they pre-programmed us all those years with all those movies and showed us what the end would be like. However, it is not quite like that, is it? Because they engineered it just that little bit different. So it's crept in. It's not even hit us in the face for what I can see for other people. Those of us watching, yeah, it hit us in the face. Absolutely. But now, those who have tarried and not heeded the word, however, heeded the word a little bit, but just went, it's not yet. They are getting hit in the face with a wet fish. Okay, and it is becoming a little bit hard for them to understand what's happening. So that's where we have to be very, very understanding ourselves and try and put ourselves back to where we were maybe, I don't know how many eons ago, and think about how, well, we didn't know, and try and accept that they don't know and try and speak to them. Yes, it's hard. This morning I drove to a car park and spoke to my best friend in America, because I just didn't know what else to do. However, I had the peace of understanding upon me. You know, it's funny because I know what to do, but people aren't listening. So we all have our own battle, our own war. And I just want to encourage you all in it. That's all I was ever here to do. I don't know what else to do. And I wish I could hear you guys talking to me. I really wish I could hear you guys all speaking, because I feel like I'm speaking to myself, and we all do. I'm over this, guys. I'm ready to walk into the new kingdom. I know there is better than this. I know, because I raised a family in a perfect environment, and we used to do things every weekend. I'm telling you, kayaking, canoeing, bushwalking, going to islands. You can ask Messi. He's on the chat. He will tell you. When I raised those children, I raised them properly, doing everything. I gave them a good life that was available to us at that time still, that we were able to access that good life. But now, they've shut the doors to accessing that good life unless you do a certain thing. I cannot tell you the depths of my soul that I know, that I went on a journey, that he took me, that I had the vax, and it was a dream, yes, but it doesn't matter. It was real. He showed me what would happen. And I need not tell them anymore. I told them. We never stopped telling. However, there comes a time when he says, walk away. You need to go. And I don't know what else to do. I'm at the point where I've told them all. And they keep changing their minds. And what did Father say? You know, a man that changes his mind is like, you know, chaff in the wind. He gets blown around by the wind. When I've made my decision, and I know that I know in my soul, we're there. We've arrived. We've arrived at a time that I actually knew would come, and I'm okay with it, even though I sound emotional, but I'm not emotional for me. I actually possess the peace that does pass all understanding because I've prayed for it. That's all I can tell you. I've asked for it. And the thing is, the joy that we're going to enter into. The thing is, the joy that we can possess after this if we just hold on, just stand, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, just don't do it. And we can prevail. Can. I have no doubt. My friends, I have no doubt. And if only to deliver you this one message ever. The message is fight, stand. Ephesians 6, if you don't know what it is, please. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers in high places, against wickedness, spiritual wickedness in high places. So put on the full armor of God. Crowler, help me out.
Yep. You there?
Yep.
You there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yep.
am.
It's a pretty simple, basic message, and I don't know. I mean, everyone takes it to their own. How would I put it? Everyone's got their own way of dealing with it, and they've got their own jobs given to them by Yeshua, which should be taken 10 times more serious than cancer, plain and simple. And
I know Joseph. I know Joseph. I know Joseph. I know Joseph. I know. It's hard to know what to believe, so you just let the Holy Spirit guide you. I bought the Septuagint, which is the Greek version, only a few days ago. I know what you're saying. It's been changed, I know. But we can trust the Holy Spirit when He gives it to you in your spirit. It has to be, you have to know that you know that you know in your own self. And look, any of us that are just normal, we should be able to test the spirit and know what is right. And I absolutely agree with you. What you said, though, Joseph, it's hard. Sorry, Growler.
No, that's all right. That's all right. It's like I said, people take it differently and deal with it differently, and that sort of thing. That's understandable. To me, it's a military operation, and you just keep going until the mission's finished. That's just the way it is. It's you just don't stop because you see what's at the end of the rainbow, and it's eternity in paradise. That's just the way it is. And I expect everyone in this chat to treat it as a military operation, because you've got to stay on top of things. You've got to go from one phase to the next phase. It's an operation. Keep yourself focused. Keep your eyes on the prize, that sort of thing, because it's pretty simple. People say, "Oh, well, I've had enough of this," and look, I'll just go and take it. And well, you do that, and your life is going to be pretty damn shit if you do, and then it's going to be really shit if when you get up there, or you actually won't get up there. So you think you're utterly doomed anyway if you go that way. But if you go Yeshua's way, you won't be doomed. So it's going to be hard, but then you've got the reward at the end. That's the thing. So I find that I don't know if that helps people. That's the way. It's the way it is. I mean, you can't do anything about it anyway, can you? See, this is the thing. You can't do anything about it anyway. So you've really got to try and stay calm, and say, well, that's going to happen anyway. That's going to happen anyway. Well, that's going to happen anyway. I don't care. I don't know. You've got to put yourself into a zone. I find that you've got to put yourself into a zone that is unshakable and concreted in to the max. Because it's like I've said this to sister as well, and to everyone here as well. Um, you know, if you, how would I put it? If you accept what's going on, it's much easier. It's like when soldiers get captured by the enemy. Instead of fighting it and all that energy, fighting it and all this sort of thing, accept your situation, accept the situation you're in, and then start planning from then on in. So accept the situation, because it's using too much energy if you're trying to fight it left, right, and centre. And how do you do that? Yeah, absolutely, through a lot of prayer. I mean, that's
right.
that's why I go through so many things, because I see how evil it is and how horrible it is, and that pushes me into a concreted corner where, you know, Yeshua is the only way. The more evil I see, the stronger I become in Him, because, you know, why would you want to go down that route anyway? Why would you want to do that? So it just concretes you in. You see how evil it is. You think, well, He's the only way. He's the only way. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And I find that it's very, very important. And it says this in the Bible: you don't know Satan's devices, you are gone. You are absolutely gone if you don't
Yep.
know what his devices are. You've got to know
Yep.
what your enemy's up to. It is important.
And we do. And we can see it. That's the problem. And we're trying to warn people, and they're saying it's not the mark of the beast. I'll just say it. Now, this is what bothers me, because Satan first got humanity by deception. Do you think he's going to run out and say, hey, everybody, this is Satan. Here's the mark of the beast. Okay. This is what the stupidity, the lunacy that I've heard from other pastors saying it's not the mark of the beast because we would have known. Now, that's it for me. That's one sentence, because we would have known. Really? Really? You didn't see it for what it was when the little people, the peculiar people that were picked for this time saw it? And you big people that are trying to get money and swindle people, are you even yourself? Do you really believe it's not the mark of the beast yourself, that you're telling people it's not? This is what astonishes me. Now, these people have to be working for the enemy to say that. These big people have to be. There's no way around that. And it's very, very dangerous road to tread, because I've done the magnet test. I know it's real. Now, guys, go to Leland Jones Rumble. Please, please, please. Leland Jones Rumble channel. It's all there. If you want to see what's going on, and you want to see one cut out of an arm in front of your eyes, cut, and show you what it is, I wish someone would let me do that, because I'm good at surgery and I've pulled many, many things out of people. I would do it. Let me cut your arm open.
She tried to pull my brains out one day. No, I'm joking.
I thought I already did that, dude. I thought I already pulled your brains out. Picked your brains. I already picked your brains.
That's why I don't have any left.
No, but this happened on no. Someone said Beck Yuck. Trixie. This actually happened on Leland Jones' channel on Rumble. Go to Leland Jones, LEELAND Jones channel on Rumble, and you will see it where they cut it out, and it is a little tiny nano technology, which the 5G is what's powering it. That's its source to power. Now, we all knew that was connected somehow, but we couldn't make the connection. We've made the connection. We know what it is now. We know there's no doubt, and we're just lay people. So what can we say? Strong delusion is probably space aliens, Grace. Yeah, absolutely. But the strong delusion's been a lot of things. It's a whole jigsaw puzzle, sweetheart, that we've had to put together. What is the strong delusion? Okay, the aliens, yeah, definitely part of it, but I don't even know if we're going to be here to see that. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I've seen them with my own eyes, and I don't want to go into that, but I have. I guess that's why the Father picked myself and Growler to do these things, because I've had things happen in the spiritual realm that was real, that was absolute. I would, if they say deny that, I couldn't, So, and then you've got Growler here who is giving you. He just studies his head off, and all he wants is the timeline, guys. And I agree. We've never set dates or things like that, like these other channels have, but it's what Yeshua said. You look for the season, you read the season, you see the signs, and you know how close his coming is. It's more than at the door. He's literally knocking now. It's so past anything I can believe that I'm seeing. And sometimes we think, well, we didn't be here. No, we should be doing the opposite. We should be thankful that we are here. We are. And I do truly think, I'll tell you all, I do truly think we're going to have to ditch these fleshly bodies. I don't know why, but I'm happy with that. I'll go out. I've been over to the other side a few times and come back. So, yeah, we can, we needn't fear death, because what did Yeshua say? Oh, death, where is your sting? Okay? Okay, so this is where we need to edify each other, right, Growler? Oh, death, where is your sting? Right? We don't bring a bad message. We tell you what's going on, but then we try and tell you guys how we figure it out. And that's all we're doing. And this is my channel. And if you don't like it, you can go. I don't want you to. But the thing is, I want you to hear what we're saying and try and, just piece together some pieces that you might not have. It's like just seed planting. All we're doing is going around and planting the seeds in the new garden. And it's up to you guys whether that seed grows or not. And, everyone's wrong about something sometimes, but the signs are so prevalent now that he's letting his people see it very clearly. And he said in the book of Daniel, shut up the book Daniel, until the end of time, when all things will be revealed. Now, that's exactly what's going on, guys. That's what's going on. Things are being revealed to us. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ya's child has said she needs to talk to you, Beck. Yeah,
sure.
So,
can you please drop the link, Messi, if you're there? Because I'm out in the yard. I'm sitting on.
Yeah, and just want to say hi to Gary H. Good to have you in, Gary. Hope everything's going well for you, mate.
Absolutely.
And we love you heaps, brother. Are you in? Is Gary in New Zealand?
Gary might be. Yes. Gary is in New Zealand, to my memory. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And we got Shirley Graham, who is a beautiful, beautiful soul, lovely girl,
Shirley.
lovely
How
woman.
are you, beautiful?
She's up in very north of America. Put it that way. Jennifer Chamberlain.
Right.
Jennifer Chamberlain. Jennifer, please answer me this question. I've only just saw your name. Where are you from? Because this isn't the Jennifer Chamberlain I know, is it? You might know who I am, Jennifer. And if you're the Jennifer Chamberlain I think you are, you're going to get a very big shock when you find out who this is. But you should know by my voice anyway. Now, who else have we got? There's our email, sweetheart, Yars Child. Email us, beckfromoz@gmail.com. Thank you, Messi. Jennifer, where are you located? Please, I'm waiting on your reply. You go, Growler. You go while I'm waiting on Jennifer.
Okay, yep, of course. Yeah, so all we want to do is, like I said, we could be live streaming 24 hours a day, and the good thing is that I can talk to Beck about this. Otherwise, I'd be putting out 10 videos a day and the like, and that's why you guys that are by yourselves, it's not easy at all. And
okay, it's not the Jennifer. Not the Jennifer. Sorry, Jennifer. It's not the Jennifer I thought it could be, which she's from Canada. So everybody please give a big shout out to Jennifer Chamberlain. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Jen. They're still pretty full on over in Canada. I heard. See, with a lot of countries, what they've done is they've backed off. They've backed off, to give people a bit of freedom and see how the passports work and that sort of. So they're ironing out kinks and all this sort of stuff. And when the new scariants come in, that's when they're going to go back into hard lockdown. And I think basically from now and all the way through 2022, I think the whole world will be pretty well in lockdown by then. It's just going to keep going and going and going because I see a lot of people. They say, they need us taxpayers. That's all right. If they want to lock us down, we won't pay tax. They won't get paid. No, all these premiers and presidents and prime ministers and all this sort of stuff. They're all getting paid by the International Mafia Fund and World Economic Forum and UN and Vatican Bank for International Settlements, all the central banks.
Yeah.
If you really want to know what's going on with
Hi, John.
With the new CBDCs, and I will do something about that soon, about the new payment systems with digital wallets and all that. Just go on to the website for the Bank for International Settlements. Now, those guys are the biggest. They're the central bank of central banks. They advise all central banks. And the papacy owns the Bank for International Settlements, because if you have a look at all their CEOs and all that, they're all Jesuit trained. They all go to Jesuit universities, and I can just keep going on and on. But like I said, they don't need us anymore. They don't need our tax money or anything. They do not need it. They really don't. These guys are all getting paid by all these central banks and all this sort of stuff. So that's what people are trying. That's what people are trying to hold. Yeah.
I was just going to say, Lisa. I'm trying to say her last name. Persimmon. Sorry, yeah. Lisa Persimmon. She's in Minnesota. I'm going to hook her up with Joe. I know what to do. You email me, girl, because I've got someone in Minnesota there that you can talk to. That's what this is all about, is connecting people. Just like when Carolina Hillbilly 61 was in the house, that's what he does. He connects people, but he doesn't do quite what we do. He's just a connection point, but he's an awesome guy. So, yeah, Lisa, I can put you onto somebody when you email me. Bubba News, thank you for being in the house, mate. It's awesome. Christopher
Truth Seeds as well. Truth Seeds.
She's in WA, yep. Truth Seeds is in WA.
Good to see you, mate.
Now we have a new person that's made some comments, which is John. Just trying to see his last name, John
Butakis. Yes, he must be Greek.
Yes,
Greek.
Exactly. So, lovely. Love the food. Absolutely.
Best food ever.
John, tell us what's going on there. That's fine, mate. We need to know where you are, what if you want to talk, what suburb you're in, and New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand, Gary H. Haha. Do, yeah.
Oh, no. I was just speaking to Messi, that's all. Yeah, John, just let us know where you are, because I've heard, like Lygon Street and Chapel Street and all that, there's just empty shops just everywhere in Melbourne, and being locked down to November, and then as I've gone through, the permanent powers to come in is just going to make it worse. When they bring the passports out as well, that's another business killer. It really is another business killer. So that's another strategy to what they're doing. So anything that they do, as I've said, this whole thing has been engineered by the best psychological warfare operators, the best economists, the best warfare strategists, the best asymmetric strategists. It's been planned for eons and eons, and that's why a lot of people aren't understanding it. People say, they don't know what they're doing. The government doesn't know what they're doing, or they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, and they are very, very far ahead of anyone. And
because that's all a cult.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And it's just plain and simple that there's not much you can do about it. The only thing you can do is turn to Yeshua. It's so easy. They've actually made it easy for us, because if you have a look what's going on, who else are you going to turn to? People are saying, "Oh, you wait till the next elections and all this sort of stuff." Well, there's not going to be any elections, to be honest. But if there is, it doesn't matter. Klaus and team from the World Economic Forum will just put in whoever they want in. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
As I said, back from 1973, especially here in Australia, when Harold Holt sold Australia out as a corporation to the US, he went for a dip in Port Phillip Bay and never came back, and that
Never
was
came
back in
back.
1970. And
Went on a submarine.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. And
Who knows?
that's when all the privatisation of all businesses started. So it's been in the works for a very, very long time. So, like I said, do not be ignorant of Satan's devices. Do not underestimate your enemy, because once you underestimate your enemy, you are catching yourself out and you're lulling yourself into a false sense of security. So the
Yes.
only security that is 100% true and
Good night,
100%
Elizabeth.
perfect is Yeshua. So don't worry about who's coming in. Don't worry about voting people in. Don't worry, because your votes, it's not worth shit. It really, I mean, they can do whatever they want. They put whoever they want in. You reckon, do you really reckon the person that you vote in is actually going to go against the IMF, World Economic Forum, UN,
Exactly.
Vatican banks? They're not going to. They've got a script to follow, man.
They
So you
wouldn't be
just
in
put,
that position. Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
You don't get into politics or Canberra without being
Same as Hollywood.
being one of them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Same as Hollywood,
Yes.
same as even the radio, the media. People need to understand, they need to critically think that everything you are being fed is what they want you to see. But the people on this channel, we're preaching to the choir there. They know that. They know that.
Yeah.
It is, what do we do about this? All right.
Yep, that's easy.
At the end of all this,
Yep.
it's easy, isn't it? Now we're going to give them the answer, okay?
Sure.
Because I don't preach hellfire, and
No.
I know a lot of people do, the Paul Bagleys of the world and all that. They preach the hellfire gospel. Now listen, there will be a bad disciplinary action that happens to people who reject him. I don't want to find out what that's about. It's as simple as that. And listen, I've been a sinner all my life. No worries about that. We all have been. What we need to understand is what the Bible says. Those who call on the name of Yeshua in the end of days and really, really know he's going to save you, okay, you will be saved. I am not preaching a once saved, always saved gospel. I never have. I had someone accuse me of that. Yeah, thank you, Growler. I never have, because I know you can lose your salvation. Absolutely. Ask some of the Satanists that were Christians, okay? Ask them. Now, the thing is, you know how to hold tight. You know how to hold fast. That's the thing. You know that in your spirit that you are with him. It is as simple as that. You either are or you aren't. Now, if you aren't and you're not feeling the Holy Spirit, I suggest, if you haven't been baptized, I do suggest that. And I've never said that before, but I do, because I've been baptized. I got my husband to hold me underwater with his foot as long as he could until I gave him the go, because I wanted to get rid of everything in the Southport Spit. And he was worried. And I went, no, I tapped him, no, keep me down. I could hold my breath a long time, but I made sure I got rid of everything that day. And that was about 3 months before everything started to be revealed to me. Now, you tell me. I'd already been baptized years and years before. Yes, I had. But I do believe you can do once saved, always saved. No. I went lukewarm. I went away in my spirit. I went away. And then I came back. He held me down. He was freaking out. I don't care. Keep me down. Stop it. Keep me down. I did what I had to do. When I come up out of those waters, I was different. And 3 months later, I got all this information because I asked for it. So it's very simple, but it seems so very complicated. And it would to somebody who, thinks that, oh, well, this is not a magic trick. This is actually written in scripture that if you call to him, he will answer you. It's written in scripture. I'm not telling you a fairy tale. I don't tell fairy tale books, but you're living in like a fairy tale kind of thing if you don't understand what's happening. And if you understand what's happening, then you can deal with it, because we've got way more to go than this in a way. Because if we're here for the giants, I don't know. Well, there are giants. They're releasing, those, artificial ones. But I'm talking about if we're here for the real giants, I don't know. I don't know what our fate is. And I don't know if we'll be here to see the aliens. Nobody can answer those things. However, we know if we're here when it happens, we'll be prepared. I know spiritually. So get prepared spiritually. And yes, the Bible's changed the Mandela effect, but Father will give you the eyes to see it. Ask him. He'll get you through anything. This is what I've been called to say.
Yep. Absolutely. And I just want to build on that. Just add to it. Sorry. Look, when you get saved anyway, you're still going to sin all the time. It's just a constant walk, but you've got to actually make progress, not digress. So the thing is, if it could take you 10 years to get rid of something. You don't know what his plans are, but you've got to walk it you've got to try and walk it every day, every second, because when people say the prayer, yes, I know I'm a sinner, all that sort of thing, they say, okay, I'm saved, and then they go back to their own life. You've just wasted God's time, and you've wasted your time. Yeah. So what you've got to do is, he wants to see an effort by you to put in. He wants you to show him obedience. That's what he wants. So if you're starting to do that, he's going to help you on the way. Let's say
your addiction is Netflix sort of thing. Netflix.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll even say, I never did, guys. I never did go to these places, but let's say I went to strip clubs, right?
Yep.
And I think, okay, I was leading a bad life and all this sort of thing. And I think, well, and then I said the prayer. So, and then the next day you think, oh yeah, I've got to go and see Chantel or whoever, that's dancing tonight. You've got to say to yourself, and it says in scripture, resist the devil and he will flee.
He will flee.
So you have got to do that under your own power. So you've actually got to.
It's a choice.
You've got to say to yourself, no, I'm not going to do it. 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 And you keep saying that all the time, and you'll gradually get out of it. So it's a constant walk, and I think that the more obedience you try and show, and the cleaner life that you actually are living, he's gonna keep showing you things because you're showing obedience. So that's true repentance. You're not going to get rid of it straight away. It's just going to be a hard
It's a walk.
fight.
It's a walk and a fight.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's what it is. And and we're all guilty of it, you think you're going to repent, and then let's say in 6 months you're not going to sin once. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
I wish. Yeah. I think us who really want to be clean, that's all we want, is to actually be able to just go blur. But we live in this world, so. But it is, you see, it's the spirit behind it, isn't it, Growler? If your spirit behind it is, I don't want to do that. I really want to just go the way. Yeah, it's all. Keep going, man. You're on fire. You're on fire.
Yeah. But all I'm saying is that let's say you went out, like I said, to the strip titty bars, whatever you want to call them. Just say you went there every day, but then you repented, and then you only went there once a week. You know what I mean? And you said no the other 6 times.
Yeah.
And then the next week,
it's still it's still something. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's right. He can see that. Okay, he's really repentant, that sort of thing. So I'm going to help him now. Yeah, because he won't help anyone that won't help themselves.
Until you help
See,
yourself.
he wants to see that you're serious. This is the thing. He wants to see that you're serious. So you've got to put the effort in first. That's the thing. You know, because if you
Absolutely.
want to follow and walk with him, you have got to have that repentance, which is a change of mind. You've got to say no, no, no. And
Yeah.
I mean, he gave us all a brain, so damn well use it. You know, that's why you're given a brain, so you could
Yep.
use it. You know, I think a lot of people, you know, oh, he'll take care of it, and they still keep doing it. They still keep doing it all the time. Or, oh no, he'll take me out of it. No, he won't do that because you haven't changed your mind to do that. So you've got
Right.
to go and do that yourself.
Right.
This is the thing. So you know, it's just a
Yeah, you
forever
can't
battle.
just throw yourself in front of him and say,
Yep.
help me and fix me, and then you just lay on the floor and do nothing.
That's
Doesn't
right.
work that way. No.
That's right. That's right. So he loves overcomers. He loves obedience. And
overcoming.
to me, that is just everything. You know, if the more obedient I am, the more that he will show me what I have to do and what's
And
going on
believe
with
me,
the
guys,
world.
I can stick up for this guy. I can stick up for Growler. All he does here, we call him the governor here, guys, because he governs things. And a good governor, can work out situations and stop people arguing and make things calm again. That is what Growler is. He's our governor and he can talk. So please listen to his words because they are words of wisdom. And I can vouch for that. And I think he's the only one I really can vouch for ever. I don't know if he's an angel. He might have been sent here. I'm wondering because I know I couldn't have done this end bit without him because I was in peril. No one was listening. I was ringing him out the front. He was in Melbourne then, so he's lucky he got out in time. And that, you know, I even everybody knew, you know, that this guy was something different. You know, I told them and said, you know, I'm not having an affair here or anything. Please believe me. And that's all come to fruition to show what the real agenda was here, which was for him to come here and be the governor and to help the family here. I think you all need a governor. And I think at the end of the day, even if you don't have a governor, you have to go away to your special place, your place where you just go away. Don't worry about a room. Get out of a house. Get away from a roof. That's my advice. Don't have a roof over you and pray. Go into a field, what my granddaddy taught me.
Yeah, and thank you, Real Bible, Real Life. Appreciate that, mate. You guys are really special, and I thank you for that. But I give all the glory to Yeshua. Anything good I do, it's not done by me; it's done by Him. I find that, you know, and I hate, you know, even if I give money to someone that really needs it, you know, I thank Yeshua for giving me that money so I can give it to that person, because I always give Yeshua the glory all the time in everything. I don't, you know, I just don't like to be, how would I put it? I just don't want to be full of myself. I hate that, because the more humble you are and give Him the glory, that's part of the walk as well. So there's so many different facets to it. And, you know, if you give Him all the glory, He's going to reward you, you know. And look, I don't want to get up there and get rewarded. I don't deserve anything. I really don't. And I wouldn't have the guts to ask for anything, because He already died for me. What else do you want? What other reward do you want? I mean, I'm not understanding that.
I'm out of battery. Just tell them.
Beck's just gone out of battery, so she'll be back in a sec. Oh, okay.
You can finish it.
Oh, okay. All right. And so I just find anything good you do, guys, anything good you do, just give Him the glory. You know, that's what it's all about, because without Him you couldn't do it anyway. I mean, that's just the way it is. And to be humble, and that's what he's told us to do. And as I've said, I take my job description and the job that he's given me because I have the best. I have the best boss in the world, and he's up there looking at me. And I'm in enough trouble when I get up there, that's for sure. And I don't want to keep adding to it. So it's so much easier to, just to be humble and give him the glory because he's going to bless you. That's the way I see it. And that's our job description. It really is. That's what he's told us to do. And I don't argue back to my big boss up there over anything. I don't have the guts to do that. I just wouldn't have the guts. So, it's very important to know, what your position is and where you are, and you're only a servant. I don't want to call anyone a pastor. I don't want to call anyone a minister or a rabbi or anything like that. No one deserves that. There is nothing. That's just the way it is. We're all servants, and all these pastors, put themselves up on pedestals and all this sort of crap, and they're going to come crashing down. I'd just rather say, no, I'm just a servant. I'll just go about my business that he's giving me. I will not ever talk back to him. That's just the way it is. You just don't talk back to him. You've got a job. You've got a job to do, and as I said earlier, to me, it's just a military operation, and that's just the way it is. And the mission, you can't fail in that mission. You just can't fail in that mission. And when you do see what's going on and that sort of thing, you see all the evil, you think, geez, thank God I'm on Yeshua's side. Oh, thank God he's with me. So that's maybe a message I could bring across to you guys today, because I love all of yous, and that's just the way it is. You're all awesome. Every single person on here is just awesome, and we love you very much. And every single person, we need your prayers today. Can you say a prayer for us here, every single one of you, please? That's one thing I will ask for. And that's one thing, that you could really help us out with, to keep us on the straight and narrow as well, because it's a walk by the second. That's what it is. It's a walk by the second. So if you think about him every second, basically, that's, it starts to become easier that way. So I will pull the plug on it here, guys. I really will. And Beck's phone has gone AWOL, and but I just want to say a shout out to Southern Mercy. Thanks, Southern Mercy, for coming in. You've been here quite a few streams. I thank you very much for that. Real Bible, real life. Stay grouse. We love you so much. We really do. Truth Seeds, hope you're going well over there. Truth Seeds, you're going to be locked down probably after the grand final. Yeah, Truth Seeds, Western Australia, they'll be locked down after the grand final, I would say, as well, sometime this year. I just want to say hi to Grace. Thanks, Grace, for coming in, and I hope you're doing well, darling. Yeah, as you said, my works are as dung. Yep, all of our works are crap, to be honest. They really are. There's no one good. It says that in the Bible. There is not one of us that's good. So always remember that. That's what keeps you grounded, because none of us deserve the kingdom, only when he died for us, and that's the only way we get there. And Ann Walsworth, you are just a jet fighter, mate. And you're in charge of the reception up there, Ann, with that white almond cake. Okay, so you make sure you have everything planned up there for our reception, Dale. And I'd like to say thanks to John. John, just leave comments on there if you see anything in Melbourne. I'm not sure if you know about strong cities and all that sort of stuff. Just keep your ear to the ground, and the more that we find out, the better. Shane Barber, you're grouse, mate. You are the best. Hey.
We're praying for him and his wife.
Yeah, we're praying for you and your wife, bro. So I hope everything's going well for you, and just keep standing. Jennifer Chamberlain, thanks, Jenny. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I know that. And Fudgy, you are part of this family big time, mate. We love you. really do. Joseph Sage, Joseph has a great channel there, guys. Really do show him some love over there. He knows what he's talking about, and he's definitely onto things in a big way. Trixie Andrews, I'll keep talking you up, Trixie. You're doing a good job, sister. We love you. We really do. And you just keep doing what you're doing. A248, thanks for coming in. Seen you quite a few times. Keep it up. And our awesome brother Christopher Levens, he's my psycho brother. Hey,
Tell him he's the bomb.
yeah, he's the bomb. Yeah, you're the bomb, Chrissy. We love you, mate. You know that, and we'll call you soon. We'll call you soon. No rain, no rainbows. Thank you for coming in. Love you very much, and hope everything's going well. Gary H, yeah, thanks for coming in, Gaz. And just let us know what's going on in New Zealand, mate. Just keep posting comments on our videos if you can, and keep us up to date. But I think you're basically on the same trajectory as Australia. That's what I feel, and that's what I've been reading. So Julie C, thanks Julie C for coming in. Yas Child, thanks darling for coming in. We'll talk to you soon. Kim Ray, thanks for coming in, Kim Ray. Hope everything's going well. Thanks, Dwayne. You're always on the channel, mate, and you're always on it. So keep it up and keep us up to date as well. Dun, dun, dun. Just going through things here. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Dun, 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 dun. Who else? Bubba News. Thanks, Bubba. Love you heaps, mate. And just keep posting what you're doing, and we'll let you know what's going on here. You can mirror some of the videos that we send you if you like. Yeah, that would be, it's great working with you, mate. So just keep doing what you're doing. And Anne says, all right, Growler, done. That's good, darling. That's all right. I'll have a white suit on, or I don't know what we get. I don't know. Maybe pray about that, Anne. But I could imagine one of those dresses. Don't worry, it's probably the best dress I'll ever see. It will be, that's for sure. So yeah, F.E. Mary, thanks for coming in, F.E. Mary. Let us know what's going on over there as well, mate. So the more information that we can get, the better as well. And we'll always give people credit, and that comes first, giving you guys credit. We don't like to claim anything as our own. It's a collective effort. It really is. And yeah, Effed Up World. Oh yeah, guys, go over and show Effed Up World your love. He's just awesome. Joe is onto things. Anything you know, or anything anything you need to know about SpaceX, anything like that, happening with the so-called planets, Joe is your go-to man. He really is. Effed Up, yeah, I said that. Yeah, no, so make sure you go over and show Joe some love. He's a lovely, humble man, and we've got a lot of respect for you, mate. Yes. And we really do. And you mean he's a very special brother to us. And Krellbone, Kippy, good to see you, mate.
Oh, Kip's in.
Oh, nice of you to drop in, mate.
Kip dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, mate. We're only one body, Growler. That's right. We all belong to the body of Yeshua. We're all different. We've all got different. We've all got different job descriptions. We all do different things, which adds to the best intelligence agency in the world, which is Yeshua's intelligence agency. So there's no higher calling than that one. That's for sure. Working for the most awesome boss in the world. So I just wanted to thank everyone for coming in. Really do, and hope everything's going well for you guys. And Bethane as well. Thank you, Bethane. Good to see you in. I haven't seen you. I think you just might have arrived, actually. Effed Up World. Joe's uploading a video about Jupiter right now, so go on and have a look at that, guys. That'll be good. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone. And can everyone please big thumbs up and thank Messi for all his work that he does behind the scenes. He's the unsung boy here, that's for sure. Yeah, the scrubber would love to hear from you. I'm going to get no trouble for that one. So, you know, Messi makes things happen big time, guys. And Messi is just a jet fighter on steroids. So, guys, thank you very much for everything, and we will talk to you soon, Anne, maybe in the next hour or so, if that's all right. We'll talk to you then. That would be really good. Yeah, Mary's in. Yeah, and Beck says she loves you, Keith, and I do too, as a brother, of course. And you know, all we can do is edify and pray for each other. And Bill Stegman, yeah, thanks, Bill. Yeah, thanks, Bill. Just saw you then, mate. And I hope everything's going well for you. And thank you for everyone as well for coming in. We love you very much. Just please keep feeding us information. The more we get, the more educated we can become. So that's what it's all about. And yes, Anne, we'll call you soon, darling. And we love you heaps, mate. And I'm looking forward to a great chat with the best woman in the world. Thought I had to say it. Yes, I've already said that. Yeah. And guys, thank you very much for everything. And we will.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I've already said that. Yep, they know. And thanks very much, guys. We love you very much. Pray for each other, and everybody on the chat, please pray for us. That's one thing I will ask from you. Please pray for us. Very important. Thanks, guys. We'll talk soon. We are out.